Hi, okay, so yesterday we worked on the anger and irritation and being annoyed, and I hope you got some insights like where is this coming from? What kinds of activities are triggering this? What kinds of people, situations, environments, foods, what kinds of things are triggering these types of emotions? And so today we're going to look at a different set of emotions because different things will contribute and trigger this. So this is the sadness type emotions, the depression, the fatigue, the isolation, feeling hurt or lonely, sad. These types of emotions, feeling hopeless. So if you're sad, there's a whole spectrum of emotions that go with that, from feeling lonely or isolated or not understood, or people generally feel sad when they feel alone or lost. Um, you know, these types of things. So when you feel these emotions, I want you to think, okay, what happened just before this? What event, what person, what environment, what food, what thoughts are triggering those emotions? So as you go through today, I want you to, every time you start to feel down, sad, hurt, these lonely, these types of things, I want you to think, okay, what thoughts was I thinking an hour before this, a half an hour before this, 4 hours before this? What environment am I in? What is the weather? What was the food? Who are the people? What are the thoughts? What are the triggers? And meditate on this today. Sit down, close your mind every time you, or do a waking meditation. And every time you feel this emotion, just sit with it for a bit and try to figure out where it's coming from, what led to it. And then we want to ask ourselves the same questions, which is why? Why is that environment? What is about that thought or that environment or that food or that person or that situation, or that causes me to feel that way and trigger me? And then you want to listen to yourself, because these are unresolved feelings that you need to get out, you need to hear, you need to listen to, you need to purge, and you need to deal with. And maybe you need to change your environment or the person or the thoughts or the thinking or the way you behave, or whatever it is. But you can really take a look at this, and that's what you want to do today, is all the emotions in the sadness spectrum. I want you to be very aware of them today. Think on them, listen to them, and hear what they're telling you. And then use your objective mind to think, how can I change this? How can I change this thought or this environment or this trigger so that it doesn't lead to this feeling of sadness, which ultimately drains our energy, brings us down. And it's a story we're telling in our head, right? Because this happened, I feel this. And it's false, because we do have the ability to create what we want at any given moment. And so we need to identify and start listening to the patterns and what is happening with this sadness and where it comes from and what it's trying to say to us. So it's very important today that you really, or even a couple of days, that you really focus on this emotion, okay? And do something. Do something to change it. Do something to break the environment, to break what's happening, and to be kind to it and to listen to it. So that's our job today.